Hello and welcome to YOMP! Welcome back to another filmy ye old movie podcast. My name is Sophie. I will be one of your fragrant, delightful, delicious hosts because I am joined by fragrant, delightful, delicious cinnamon sprinkles G-Star Games.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. We're here and we're gonna record and I'm excited because I love YOMP and I've missed YOMP very much.
G's got a gun to her head at the moment. I'm here and I'm excited
It's like
to record.
Do you remember that video of that guy who has his girlfriend sat on his lap and it looks like he's got her hostage?
Today is my birthday and I am going to introduce you to my girlfriend.
And then everyone started splicing it together with a gun on the side and his shirt on the... Oh my god, that meme.
Today is my birthday. I love that man.
I know.
I want to be his girlfriend that sits staring
No,
blankly.
you don't, Biff. It's all a trap.
It's a trap. Guess what?
What?
I'm really excited because this week we got to watch one of my picks.
Yes, we did. It was very rare because, the dice kind of never really went your way a lot of the time, but...
No, Simon took the dice with him, so we don't have to do that right now. He's taken them from us, and we I don't know where they've gone. So we're taking it in turns to sort of just go through each other's picks.
Yeah.
And... Because it's a nice little change of pace.
I think it is,
A Sophie pick.
It is. It is a Sophie pick. I'm excited because, your movies are insane, but I want to know what you are consuming.
You want to
know?
You want to know what makes me tick.
Yeah.
You want to know why I purchased this particular Blu-ray.
Yes.
And have 2 copies of this on VHS.
Yes, exactly.
It's Uninvited, not The Uninvited. It's Uninvited.
So there are 4 or 5 movies with The Uninvited and Uninvited. So there's a couple. I think there's one from the 40s, one from the 60s, one from the 80s. There was a lot.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Did you watch the right one?
I did.
We'll find out.
I did. I'm pretty sure I did. You know how I knew there was a cat on the cover? And it's from the 80s. So I'm here's some deduction. Here it is.
That's the one. So I have the lenticular VHS cover, which it has a normal... It's one angle, it's got a normal looking boat, and then you tilt it, and a big catfish appears on the above the boat. Ugh.
What? You need to. First
VHS.
of all,
I bet I can Google it.
Yeah, you need to show me, and then we need to show the people on the Patreon because that sounds insane.
It's a nice, normal, nice cruise ship, nicey nice. Oh my god, it's going for £50. It's a nice, normal cruise ship, and then you tilt it, and it's got the evil cat and a skull that appears. It is brill. I love it. Let me see if I can find this.
That's
wonderful. In general, all of the covers are really cool. There's one where it's just a big naughty cat. It's just a normal flat picture where it's a big naughty cat hissing at the boat. There's one where it's a lady's face behind a cat above a boat. There's one with the big ginger cat. I mean, I love it because it's a cat thing, but yeah.
Which was my favourite part of the movie, I might add.
Your favourite part of the movie was the cat? I can't fucking believe it.
I know. No, this is shocking news, but...
Amazing. Breaking news. We like cat.
More at 7.
More at 7. We love cat. We're going to talk more about cats. So both of us have a fucking shit ton of cats as well.
We do.
And this film is it's spot on for how cat behaviour is. So the premise of this movie, basically there is a cat that it's in a research facility. It escapes the research facility. A girl finds it. This girl has been chatted up by a sleazy bloke. He's a rich man, and he's like, come and get on my cruise ship. We're going on a cruise, because he needs to get to the Cayman Islands to get to a bank to withdraw some money before the FFS, for fuck's sake, I don't know. FFS, we're going to call it.
The FFS.
FSC. It's like a banking thing. They're investigating him. He's a naughty man.
He is a naughty man.
If he can get to that bank by Monday, then all's good, man. But she brings this experimental cat on board, and hijinks ensue.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, the whole sequence of events is astounding, personally. I can't wait to get
wonderful.
into it.
It's wonderful. I absolutely, oh my God. So there are two separate versions to this, and last night was the first time that I saw the alternate ending and bits involved. They skip the bit at the beginning where there's two scientists in this other one, but the film opens, we've got two science men. They are looking at a cat x-ray and they say, is it a teratoma? Do you know what a teratoma is, G?
I don't actually know.
It's a lump with hair and teeth. It's a tumour. It's a tumour that grows bits of person or cat, as it were. Okay. It's not just a lumpy tumour. I'm
going to call Eddie that from now.
Teratoma. Eddie the Teratoma. I've got it on my list of cat names. Terrytoba.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's really good.
It's all cats are. They're just a lump with teeth and hair.
They are.
It's like a boy.
Head empty.
So this cat, head empty. This cat has a lump, and they're going to dissect it to find out what it is. The cat doesn't like this. He escapes. I like the way that he squirted the needle he was going to inject the cat with, and the cat just watched the liquid come out like, woo! We get to the cats themselves. We get to the shot of them all in the cages. There's 3 or so massive, fluffy orange cats.
If any cat was gonna, the classic orange cat behavior, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the perfect choice for it to be an orange cat.
Yeah, completely no brain whatsoever in those guys.
Yeah.
So this cat escapes, and they don't seem very fast to chase it. One of those scientists is actually the director and writer.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because
the older one.
Yeah, because it started off and they're in that facility and they're like, oh yeah, don't let the cat go. We got to do some scans and see what's going on with it. So they experimented on him. Is that what I'm getting here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're running experiments. I don't entirely know why they're experimenting on him. I can make assumptions, but I don't think. I even watched the fucking director's commentary a little bit.
Okay.
Until I got really fucking bored because he was boring. He was like, hello, my name is... I've forgotten his name. My name. And this is the director's commentary for Uninvited.
Right.
You probably already have some interest in the film and learning more about behind the scenes if you... watching this with the commentary. It's like he spoke like that most of the time, and I was like, shit, it's 11 o'clock at night, and
he ain't getting to his point anywhere anytime soon. He ain't getting to his
So I watched about, I'm gonna say half of it with the director's commentary, and then I was like, fuck it. So that was his cameo at the beginning, and he was just telling us about the. This was actually filmed in the vet's office, veterinary surgery, and this parking lot was under the high-rise building that we filmed. I was like, okay, thank you for this in-depth look into...
very intricate explanation of where they filmed and stuff. He probably thought that this film was going to be Hall of Fame or something, and everyone's going to want to know.
He said it's his favourite film that he's done.
I get it. Come on, dude.
I get it, man.
Toot your own horn much.
Love this film. So he sends the radiation guys after him, radiation security. And there we see them chasing this orange cat down the stairs, and they're sort of like not really rushing. They're sort of kind of like just going, gotta catch this cat. They've got the hazmat suits on. They catch up to it. They dart it, don't they? They give it a little tranquilizer dart.
They do, yeah. Yeah, they sort of take him out momentarily, which I thought was just hilarious. I'm like, oh, just boy. All I could think about every time I saw the cat was, oh my god, you are so fucking cute. I want to cuddle.
He was happy all the way through this film as well. You could tail up and he was making biscuits just wherever he was standing.
And you could always tell whenever they'd fed him. Because he was like smacking his lips a lot.
He was going, yeah, that's good shit. Yep. That's good fucking shit. It's Graydon Clark that was doing that's directing. Anyway, he's really happy. And he escapes because when they tranquilize him and they're just about to put him in a box, it's like a little monster comes out of the cat's face.
Yeah. Well,
a smaller cat.
Well, the cat. Let's preface this by saying when it turns into like a monster, obviously, you can't. I mean, they didn't have like the CGI to do it. So back in those days, they used like a lot of puppetry and props and whatever. So it's an entirely different looking cat monster with another small black cat monster inside of it. Like it's like some sort of xenomorph.
Yeah. It's like a xenomorph.
Yeah.
It's an orange cat, and the guy said, the director said, like, we got this couple to make us a cat that I could get my puppet into through its mouth. So they made this massive cat head to do it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I don't know, it's like a naked little gremlin looking cat. It's not even it doesn't look much like a cat anymore. But it basically, you see blood splattering everywhere. And I'm thinking, like, all right, so there's a few of these radiation specialists. They could totally take this cat down instantly. Well, even though it's really strong and chompy and stuff. I mean,
cats in general are like slippery little bastards, right? Especially when they're like out in the open and they're like not a house cat or anything like that. So tracking it down, running after it, it's getting up on tall spaces in the parking. Like he got the better of them many times.
He did.
Yeah,
he did. And so they're chasing it around the car park, and he won't be chased. He won't be got. He won't be got. And then we immediately cut to outside of a big hotel in Fort Lauderdale, in Florida. Mm-hmm. And there's two bimbos. They can't afford to get a hotel room in this posh fucking hotel, all right? They can't even afford T-shirts that aren't ripped to shreds.
Jeez Louise, those shirts. Did you see them?
Those shirts. So they'd cut out... They had T-shirts and they'd cut out any bit of T-shirt that didn't have a design on it. So they had, like, the collar was still intact. The sleeves were sort of still intact, and there was like a slogan on the front, but you could see their bikinis and their bodies through it. I have no fucking idea, but I'm going to try and...
Very confusing outfits.
So confusing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's an American thing.
No, I think it was just like a stylistic summer, spring break. Look at my hot body. I'm wearing a 80s style bikini, and I'm trying, it's like wearing those things at the beach that kind of cover your skin a little bit, but you can still see underneath. Well, yeah, like a sarong for like the bottom half, but you can wear like a throw that's kind of see-through. So it's essentially that. It's like a very ripped up see-through thing to make they're not walking around with just a bikini. So it's like, it's clearly they're in like a hot location. They need to cover up a little bit, and they don't want to walk around at nighttime with a bikini. That's essentially what it was.
But also, I don't know, man. It's hilarious though. The spring break movies that involve spring break in the 80s are always incredible.
Go on.
So this,
I need to know.
No, it's people going crazy, people drinking. Like, I don't know how old people are. Like, they must be. It says a vacation period at universities and schools that includes the Easter holiday and takes place in early Northern Hemisphere spring. So we have the Easter half term in the UK.
Yeah.
But we don't really, I mean, Easter break is typically over 2 weeks in either late March or April. And that's literally it. We just have 2 weeks off. We don't do any of this sort of, because university in the UK is literally like spring break for Americans, but constantly.
Pretty much, yeah. I just found that whole situation bizarre because he's there and he's going to go, you know, like you said, with the whole, like, get on a boat, go to the Caymans, you know, the money, and he's, like, meeting business associates. He bumps into these two girls, and he's like, yeah, I want some eye candy or some women to, you know, shag, basically.
Yeah, so this is the main antagonist, who's played by Alex Cord, and he goes by Walter, and he speaks like Frank Zappa. Only people that listen to Frank Zappa will be able to hear it, but my god, I couldn't fucking, when Frank Zappa's putting on a voice, especially, hey you girls, so they're trying to get a room in this hotel, and it's like, they're with me, and they're going with it. They're totally like, yeah, what could go wrong? This man is in his late 40s, early 50s, whatever. We don't know how old he is, but he's obviously rich. What could go wrong? So he takes them to dinner in the hotel, the restaurant, and they're just eating dessert. And he has a meeting with George Kennedy and Clu Gulager. What a fucking name. I
know, these names are insane. And also just the acting from everyone in the movie. Like, some of it was okay, but then, like, other parts was like, I don't even know how to explain it. Just, it felt like 80s porn acting, right? In certain places. And like I know I'm skipping forward a little bit because we'll come back to it, but the scene where he's like threatening that guy on the boat, when they're like on top of the jacuzzi, I was like, is this going where I think it's going? Like, because it's meant to feel like threatening and like, for, you know, like very ominous. And it just didn't feel like that because it's either, and I have this question that maybe you can answer. Is it the way something is filmed, or is it the way that the person is acting? It's
sometimes, a lot of porn, especially at the time it was filmed direct to video. I think this was on film, so it's probably straight down to the acting, but also like camera angles and stuff. I didn't
expect you to go to jump into the porn topic first.
Well, listen, I do have quite a large collection of porn on VHS.
Lovely.
It's very tasteful. It's very tasteful.
Very demure. Very tasteful.
It's very demure. Very mindful.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, is it the director? Is it the camera angles? Like, maybe if there was like a different director with a different like style of filming, would his acting of like threatening and like ominous behavior and vibes, would that have come off differently? Because it just didn't feel the way that it was shot and was like acted, right? And like a lot of the scenes feel like that too.
Yeah, they do. They're very, I think it's the acting. So the younger actors, they were TV actors. A lot of them came from TV. And then the main three antagonists, you know, you got Clu Gulager and George Kennedy and Alex Cord. They were $75,000 of the budget went to their salaries. So that's like
Jesus Christ.
Nearly half of the budget went on them.
Yeah.
And so they were very experienced, but the younger actors were used to doing like soap operas and fucking shit. So Clu Gulager's been in let me see, where is it? He's been in Return of the Living Dead. He's been in, what else has he been in that you know? Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Oh, okay.
He's been in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, Teen Vamp, Uninvited. He's been in a lot of stuff from the 60s onwards.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's then George Kennedy, who is fucking brilliant. George Kennedy is always a hit. If George Kennedy's in a film, I will watch it probably because he's fucking hilarious. Because he's been in Airplane and he's been in Naked Gun.
Okay,
films.
So these aren't like, because I don't really recognize them, and I didn't look up their like IMDb filmography. No. So, but they've been in stuff, these guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. George Kennedy has been in some fucking hilarious things as well, just in general, that he didn't mean to be in. Demon Warp, he was in, which I really enjoy. Creepshow 2.
Okay, yeah.
I'm scrolling down his IMDb now because he's been in a ton of... Oh, he's in Death Ship. That sucked. He's been in so many films. He's been in like at least 1 or 2 films a year.
Okay,
since, like, the 70s.
That's pretty active, honestly. And
he's a good actor. I don't know much about Alex Cord, which is the main bad guy, but those are the 3. They know what they're doing. And then the younger actors, I thought they were good. They were decent actors.
You know what? They actually weren't that bad. I honest to God, they weren't that bad. Like like a lot of the guys that came on board, for the party, pretty well done. Pretty well done. Like we've definitely seen movies with like worse acting in it. I can tell you that much. Totally.
So that the acting was not bad, which is great. One point. So they have a meeting, and so he's like, "Excuse me, ladies, just you sort yourself out. I'm gonna have a party on my yacht at midnight. So you're gonna come to that." And we're thinking we're gonna see this fucking rockin' party, right? We don't get to see the party at all. We don't get to see shit.
Yeah, we get to see the aftermath. Like, oh wow, they had such a cool party here. I'm like,
because that would mean that we had to pay more extras.
Yeah,
but we then see what a bad guy Walt is, because he's like, I could not understand a word of the business chatter that was happening. I don't know about you, G.
No, I didn't really understand a lot, because I'm going to be honest, I was more interested in the cat. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah,
like
this was like a B plot.
Yeah, they could have been saying anything about money and business dealings and stocks, but I just was like, yeah, it's basically, I'm a bad businessman and I'm trying to do something dodgy. I have a business meeting with these guys. Excuse me, ladies. And, and then he goes and talks to those guys and they're like, oh, do you have to bring the tramps along or whatever? And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why is this?
So he meets on his yacht with this bloke who's like, I guess Walter lent him some money,
something that, yeah,
to make investments, and the FCC or the
FFS,
the
we gotta call it the
FFS. Yeah, the FFS are like going to investigate. I'm gonna guess it's tax avoidance and like illicit gainings and money laundering. This guy has probably got. They're like, we don't want you to blackmail us, so they drown him in the jacuzzi.
Yeah.
And, they're on the ocean. So
I just...
it's just they have a gun as well.
It's the way that it all happened, right? Because it started off as like if you know that he's like making a threat, even though it like everything didn't point towards the fact that he was, because of the way he was like talking. You know, in like some movies when you watch a bad guy and he's like telling a story and he's like the story's leading up to a threat.
Yeah.
This guy was trying to do that, but it just felt like the delivery was just like not there at all. And I'm like, is this
too friendly?
I don't know what it was. It just felt like some average Joe Blow was just kind
Joe
of
Blow!
Joe Blow was making a fucking threat.
Joe Blow!
And then the other guy, the guy with the white hair, like one of the guys gets down and he like drowns. He's like, no, I promise I won't do it. And I'm just like, okay, I don't feel bad for anyone. I don't really know what the fuck is going on. Why did he drown this man? Why did he do it in a jacuzzi? This is so fucking bizarre. Like, what was the point of drowning this man?
I think
to show that he's an asshole. They were
trying to show that he's more than an asshole. He's a murderous kind of guy who doesn't give a shit about people. He only cares about money.
Yeah,
and he doesn't want anybody to have. He wants to be top dog. He doesn't want anyone to have anything on him.
Yeah.
So they murder him, and he leaves Albert, who played by Clu Gulager.
Yeah.
He leaves Albert to clean it up, and I'm thinking, you could have just chucked him in the sea. Well, they could have said he was drowned.
They do a lot of that throughout the movie, don't they?
They do.
Every time somebody kicks the bucket, overboard they go.
Into the sea. But anyway, we then go to a shot where a man is feeding our little precious puskins a little bit of milk. And the man is then robbed. The cat has a sense of right and wrong and thinks, hang on a minute, you fucking shits. Gets in the back of the truck that they steal and jumps through the rear window and eats the guy. And we have a truck crashing and the glass breaking noise over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I don't know the point of that either.
Well, there's a lot of like things that they do in the film that seem very pointless a lot of the time, and it's like, why are you like laboring this? You know what I mean? It's like, what's happening here? Just like, oh my god, and some of the dialogue is insane in this movie. You know how they were like I think they were sat inside, or they were at the restaurant or something. Oh no, it was on the boat. And he says, don't be such a pussy. And he's like, don't talk to me like that. And then the main bad guy's like, oh, don't worry, he didn't mean anything by it. And I'm just like, well, I feel like he kind of did, though. It's like,
he kind of did.
Like the way he said it, you know, he felt like he kind of doesn't like you and you are a pussy. Just the line deliveries are so comical.
It's fantastic. We suddenly jump to a different place entirely. We're back in Fort Lauderdale. There are two playboys at a marina. And they meet Bobby and Suzanne, the two bimbos without t-shirts. They found...
Oh, I thought you were calling the girls Playboys because they're Playboy
they
bunnies.
Are Playboys.
I mean, they kind of do look like Playboy bunnies in a way, but yeah.
Yeah. These lads meet our protagonist girls because they think that the girls at the marina have the money. They're the money girls.
Right, okay.
Makes sense. They're not going to go to the beach. You want classy girls to absolutely spit roast.
Yep.
And in the alternate version, we learn more about these guys and their backstory.
I do wonder which version I watched then. Like, how can you tell which version of the movie is which?
It's like the director's version. It wasn't released, so you will have seen the one that I saw in the alternate version, we have the backstory of the guys. They're at a pizza place. And they're trying to get to Fort Lauderdale for spring break, but they don't have any money. So they're chatting up these two girls, and he's like, do you want to come with us to Fort Lauderdale for spring break? And she's like, I went with you guys last year, but so if I go again, you're paying. And he's like, oh shit, I ain't got any money.
Yeah.
And we meet the third guy. Is it Henderson? Hedgeworth.
Yeah.
His name's Martin. He's a waiter at this pizza restaurant, and they don't have enough money to pay the tab, so they give him a lottery ticket, like a scratch card. So here's your tip. He scratches it off. It's $100. It's a winner. So they invite him along, so he pays for their gas money, etc.
Yeah, I don't think that was
how
in
they end up.
the scene that I watched. Like, I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, it was cut out because apparently nobody thought that was important.
I mean, that kind of seems a little important because these guys
it is important.
They kind of, it felt like to me they came out of nowhere. Like, I kind of got the vibe that they were like mates, but like not really. You know what I mean? I wasn't convinced.
I agree.
I still can't get over that like hot tub scene. It's just so funny to me. I can't.
So this is why they're like a bit. They're not happy at Hedgeworth being there, but he did pay for everything, and he's more intelligent, and I think he's the best looking one out of the lot.
I'm trying to remember which one is Hedgeworth. Is he the one that was like hooking up with either of the girls, or
no? He was the last one because the girls like Jock and Prep.
Gotcha. You
had Jock, who had the curly hair and the hickey on his neck. You had Preppy Boy, who was blonde, floppy hair.
Yep.
Yeah. So they're interested in them, and these girls immediately, upon meeting them at the marina, say, "So there's this guy who's invited us to a cruise on his yacht, and you should come." They never met one another before. And she says, "Oh, this guy invited us. You could maybe keep him in check in case." And I'm thinking, so, okay, not only have you accepted to go on a cruise over the weekend with a man you don't know.
Yeah, who seems kind of dodgy. Yeah,
you've invited 3 more men you don't know.
Yeah.
Onto a cruise.
Just a sleuth of like really good decisions all around by everyone involved. But I think those guys knew that if they could get an in with Big Baddie, what's his name? Walter. Yeah. Walter. So I think they wanted an in with him. So they were like, yeah, sure, fuck it. Great idea. But yeah, the women's decision making in this movie just was. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Like, the fact that, like, yeah, I know it's the whole plot of the movie, but the fact that one of the girls decided to take a cat
on a boat
is just absolutely insane to me.
Because they get to the marina to board the little boat towards the big boat. The little tiny boat that they get on is called the Slam Dunk. They find a cat in a bin. I think it's a bin that they were looking in, and she's like, "Oh, he's my little baby." Immediately,
yeah, which honestly fair, but like, you know,
and this guy says he's got a collar from a research facility, and she's like, "Oh, they were going to cut him up," and he's explaining lab animals to her, saying, "Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it's useful because this guy's a biologist, the smart one. Yeah, he's a biologist. He knows what's going on." And she's like, "I'm bringing him with us," and I'm thinking, if it were me and I found a cat, I'd rather stay on dry land with this cat that I found.
Yeah,
instead of going on a cruise,
than taking it on a big boat. And this poor cat is going to be on this boat. Probably, you know, whenever they get to the other side, like, okay, putting aside the fact that this cat is obviously a demon, right?
Yeah.
But again, it's just let's just pretend that this is a normal cat, right? So the cat's either going to be on the boat with no food, stranded, or he's going to eventually find its way onto like land. But it's just dumb decision making all around from everyone.
All around. It's not been the best decision, but anyway, he's also going on the cruise, and they get on the tiny boat, and he's immediately barfs off the side of the Slam Dunk to a comedy sound effect of being sick. And he fired the entire crew. We learned that he's just got the captain of the boat left.
I thought you said captain. I'm like, hell yeah.
Captain! He's only got the captain left, and she's like, "Why did you fire the whole crew?" And he's like, "It's my boat.
I can do what I want."
But and also, like, the FFS are going to investigate. So they really need to get there super fast right now. They need to leave right now. But these guys can fuck off. Everybody get off. Except for the girls, because they're a good cover. We're going on a cruise with these two hot babes. Of course, we're not trying to get to the Cayman Islands to get some money out. We're not doing anything dodgy.
Yeah. Because
they're trying to get there.
Billionaires never do that, right? They never just have like bitches around them enjoying life to the max while they, you know, do dodgy things, you know, while the women are off doing other stuff. It's like, this is textbook bad guy millionaire behavior right here.
Textbook. And George Kennedy's not convinced. He's like, I don't like these guys. But Bobby and Suzanne are like, hey, we can do all the work. We can be the crew. You guys can just do what your business shit, and then we can party in the evenings. And they have to leave right now. So apparently that's fine. Like, apparently they just set off. Like, I missed the point where he decided to throw these blokes off or agreed to anything. They just go.
Well, you know, the women show up. 3 or 4, however many men show up with them. He also notices a cat, right?
Yeah, he doesn't like the cat either.
No, he doesn't like the cat, which, you know, you're taking a cat on a boat. And she's like, no, he's my baby. I'll take care of him. You won't even notice. And then he's like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. And yeah, just lets them all on board. It's like, what the fuck is this movie?
And I think one of them, is it Martin that says, having a cat on a boat is good luck? Yeah, it's
said nobody ever. Like, what?
No, it's true.
What?
It's true. So ships used to have a ship's cat, and it would keep the rats and all the vermin at minimum. And there's this one cat, and I'm gonna try and figure out what its name. Unsinkable Sam, I think his name is. Sinkable Sam. Unsinkable Sam, yep. Oscar was a ship's cat who purportedly served during World War II with both the Kriegsmarine and the Royal Navy and survived the sinking of 3 ships.
Holy fuck.
This guy was a black and white cat, absolutely fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, like a tuxedo cat.
Yeah, he looks like Milo.
Yes.
He's got a bit more splodgy white on him, actually. He's gorgeous.
Wait, what's his name?
Unsinkable Sam.
Unsinkable Sam. Oh my god, I love him so much.
Isn't he fucking gorgeous?
I love this boy. I'm gonna explode. This is the cutest thing.
Isn't he a sweetheart?
Yeah.
So he survived the sinking of 3 ships. I don't think he was the cause of the sinkage, but I love him. We don't know. We don't fucking know. But he's got a happy little face. You can tell that he's really happy.
I have we did a bit of like Halloween shopping, and one of the plushies that we found was a little pirate cat.
Oh my
God. It just reminded me of Unsinkable Sam. Oh.
So I fucking love this cat. But yeah, it's a thing, like, cats were always on board ships in general, and they were good luck. They were pretty good. They were like, the cat's original name is unknown. They rescued him from the sea following the sinking of the German battleship Bismarck. And so he was owned by an unknown crewman, and then so he kept getting on boats, and then the boats would sink, and they'd keep getting on a different one. But I loved that.
That is like the coolest thing I've heard all week. I'm not even joking. It's a cat who survived shipwrecks.
I think this is more important, actually. So it's they used to like control vermin and stuff. Cats naturally attack and kill rodents, apparently. They adapt to new surrounding, which makes them suitable for service on a ship. In addition, they offer a companionship and a sense of home, security and camaraderie to sailors away from home.
Oh.
So they kept the disease down, and they were pretty good luck kiddies. Oh, Ozzy was the last ship's cat of the Trans-Pacific liner RMS Niagara. He was a 5-year-old grey and white long-haired Tom.
Oh.
I like the Ozzy, Blackie, Camouflage. I'm reading all the names of ship's cats that were... Like, they gave them names and they were so famous. Chiblee. Oh my God, Chiblee. Convoy.
This is wonderful. I'm so
Emmy,
happy listening to this.
Felix, Halifax, Jenny, Kiddo.
Oh,
Mrs. Chippy. Oh my God, Mrs. Chippy was actually a male. And he was on the Endurance used by Ernest Shackleton.
Oh my God.
Mrs. Chippy, the boy cat. Nansen.
This just sounds
was
like,
a female.
Like, what is it? Like pets with jobs or like animals with jobs. This is so funny, dude.
Peebles.
Oh.
Pooley. Jesus fucking crap. Pooley in uniform. They had uniforms,
That's incredible.
Rinder. Simon was the ship's cat of the HMS Amethyst during the Yangtze incident in 1945.
We need to tell Simon. Oh,
we do. He was appointed to the rank of Able Sea Cat. That's a thing. That's a fucking thing.
Able
sending that right now.
That's wonderful.
I love you, Able Sea Cat. There was Tarawa, Tiddles, Togo, Tom, Trim, Unsinkable Sam. I just had to read all of them out because they're all special boys.
Oh, that is just... I can't. That is
Isn't
incredible.
That nice?
I'm looking at an article that says, Able Sea Cat Simon, his behavior was of the highest order.
Good boy.
Oh my God.
What a good boy.
I don't know if you guys can tell, but we really like cats.
I don't like cats. They're fucking shit.
They're bastards.
Bastards. So yeah, it's good. It's good luck to have a cat on board because women go, that's fucking great.
That's a Boofy fact right there. That's
Boofy
subscribe
fact.
for Boofy facts.
You're gonna shit yourself at this picture of Convoy.
Oh please,
asleep in a hammock.
Please,
and the entire fucking crew. This is in our group chat in YOMP. The entire crew is looking, smiling at this kitten asleep in a hammock, and they're going, wow, that's a good boy. I'll save that and we'll put it on the Patreon.
Yeah, so
just in case people can't find it.
So if you are pledged on the Patreon, we do have one. It's the YOMPcast Patreon. We will post the picture of the VHS that Booth has for this.
Yes,
and this picture of this cat in a hammock.
His name's Convoy.
Oh, I am just
so... I just love it. Cats make everything better.
They do. I'm so like elated knowing that there have been cats on ships at sea.
It was believed to be lucky if a cat approached a sailor on deck, but unlucky if it only came halfway and then retreated. Oh my God, another popular belief was that cats could start storms through magic stored in their tails.
Oh, yes, that's wonderful. They do.
If a ship's cat fell or was thrown overboard, it was thought that it would summon a terrible storm to sink the ship, and if the ship was able to survive, it would be cursed with 9 years of bad luck.
Oh my God. Yes, that's what they deserve for letting the cat go overboard.
So some of these beliefs are rooted in reality because cats are able to detect slight changes in the weather because they've got very sensitive inner ears, which also allows them to land upright when falling. So low atmospheric pressure, which is a precursor to stormy weather, makes cats nervous and restless. So that's why cats get a bit jumpy and flighty, because if the pressure changes before a storm or different weather.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
The tradition that every ship needs a mascot made cats very welcome among sailors. I love them.
They're wonderful. Truly, truly wonderful little creatures.
Except
I never knew it was good luck to have a little cat on board, but that makes me happy.
Yeah, the Royal Navy banned cats and other pet animals from all ships in the ocean in 1975 on hygiene grounds. However, cats are still common on many private ships. So fuck the Royal Navy. for many reasons, but also because they were like, it's unhygienic to have a cat on board.
What the
And it's
hell?
like, actually, men are far more unhygienic.
Men asterisks.
Men. Have you, I mean, women's toilets, disgusting. Human beings are always going to be the most...
Public toilets.
Blech. Just people in general, gross.
Yeah, no,
absolutely horrible.
Yeah, no, cats though, the cleanest little they're dirty little bastards, but they're also like really clean at the same time. If they're like indoor, they're they're okay.
So Keith is like literally the cleanest little guy.
Yeah,
like I never see him pooping or pissing because he goes outside. He washes himself. He's got a gorgeous coat. He loves being brushed. The only unhygienic thing that he has done is when he ate some tinsel and then he pooped it out and he had a tinsely poop.
That is incredible. He ate tinsel and he pooped out Christmas.
It was very festive butthole. Brenda is disgusting. I know that. We all know that. She's awful. But she's not on a boat, so it's fine.
Oh, God.
She'd love to be on a boat.
I bet she would. She'd sail the seven seas.
Oh, I'm going to draw a picture of Brenda sailing. She's going to be... I'll ask my mom to do it because my mom would love that.
I will say, the music I kind of like some of the music in the film.
Yeah,
I thought some of
the music was good, right?
Yeah, I thought some of the music was pretty good because I remember writing my notes like, I'm digging the music. But I had a bit of an issue with some of the ADR and some of the noises that they were using for certain things sounded a bit like, I don't know, homemade, like not very good. Like also like with the cat meowing.
Yeah, I was going to say that the sound effects, they use the same
cat
meow. 2 cat noises.
Yeah. It's like they didn't need to though. That's the weird thing. Like
no,
you could clearly see that like, she had the cat on her or that the cat was there. It's like they were trying to alert you to the fact that the cat was in the room.
But it was constant all the time. Yeah. As soon as the cat was on screen, it was meow, 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 meow. Yeah. And the cat mouth wasn't moving.
No, not at all.
So, yeah, that was really...
Yeah, off-putting and weird.
Off-putting,
because it was ruining the time, the screen time that the cat did have. You know what I mean? It's like I'm trying to enjoy the cat, and then they just had this like annoying... fucking stock sound of the cat meowing.
Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah, it was really weird. I'm like, stop, this is so dumb. But yeah, I mean, that's the least of the movie's problem.
Too much. But they instantly start partying as soon as they get on this boat. The place is still a tip afterwards. And I say partying.
It's not really, is it?
They're sort of dancing to the music.
Like white people dancing, like... to music. The captain and like the other guy is like having tea and playing whatever, like some sort of board game. The cats,
it's backgammon.
Yeah. The cats,
but that's later. This is as soon as they get on board, and they're like, they literally immediately show up, start dancing, and then he gets mad. He's like, you need to work, clean this shit up. It's garbage. So they have to go to the kitchen and clean it up.
Gotcha. Yep.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. And they're like, oh, we're doing all the dishes. All the guys are like having to clean up in the kitchen and stuff. And there's a big mess down there. Yeah,
there's so much lettuce.
There is, isn't there? It's like they're trying.
There's a lot of lettuce.
Nobody wants the damn lettuce. What's going on? Eat your veg.
Eat your veg. But the guy says, hey, eat some food, cat. And he throws some food at the cat. And I'm thinking, that guy's going to he's going to regret that. He's going to regret. But even in the, the cat runs away into the bowels of the ship.
Oh, please don't forget the scene where like the women are unbuttoning their shirts. And almost showing their tits. For I don't even know what reason. I don't even remember why.
Because they're girls. They are all crammed into the galley, and they're doing the like washing up, they're sort of moving things around a bit, and the girls say, oh, it's getting so hot in here. This is like a porn. This is like porno.
It started to feel like that, yeah.
They unbutton their shirts, they start making out with the jock and the prep, and Hedgeworth is left out again, and he's the nicest. Again, he's my pick.
He's nice, yeah, I like him. And the captain. I like the captain's cool.
Yeah, they're nice. They're intelligent. The captain has taught Albert how to steer the ship, right?
Yeah.
But he's getting drunk.
Yeah, he's like reaching behind him in a cupboard, desperately trying to get like the wine out or whatever.
Yeah. And he spits wine on the cat when he finds the cat. And
big mistake.
Big mistake. I literally wrote that. So he gets attacked by Baddie.
I'm kind of like sad that the cat doesn't have a name.
Yeah, I am too. I'd love to know.
I want to know what this little monster's name is, you know?
So in reality, they had 2 cats on set, and all the way through the director's commentary, he's saying, I had to keep the cat alive. I had to keep the cat alive. So the cat was basically the main focus of everything. And they looked after these cats so well. But yeah, that's...
I didn't realize it was 2 cats. Well, so 2 different cats were in this, portraying the one.
Yes.
Yeah, because I did notice sometimes that it kind of looked a bit different sometimes, or... I don't know.
It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, they did a good enough job, at least, to convince us that it's like 2 different cats. Oh, sorry, 1 cat and not 2 different cats.
Yeah. It was really good. And then George Kennedy says my favourite line, which is in the trailer. Nothing's going to stop me from getting to the Caymans. I don't know why I like that. But anyway, Albert's gone. Albert's fucking toast. And I called the Captain Nipples because she's got her nipples on. It's
Captain on Nipples.
She's not wearing a bra. None of them are wearing bras.
Well, it's the 80s, it's spring break, free the nipple, you know.
All very, very good points.
I mean, honestly, as soon as I hit like, I don't know, like 29 or 30, I can't remember what year it was, but I just was like, I'm fed up with bras. I am fucking fed 100%. Up. And I just like, not when I'm like out in public, but just like, I don't know, man.
Oh shit, I don't want to out in public. Like, I don't give a fuck.
I guess it depends on the shirt.
I do wear a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Listeners, I do wear a t-shirt.
Yeah, it depends on like the shirt and stuff. But I've just like, I used to put on like a bra even if I was wearing something that was like oversized and baggy and you couldn't really see anything. But I'm just over it. I don't care anymore.
We don't need it.
No.
You don't need it. If you're comfortable,
I'm very happy and very comfortable without it at this point.
Yeah. So I am all for Captain Nipples taking the helm. She's like, oh fuck, he's overboard, and she's like, I've got to alert the Coast Guards. We got to look for him, and obviously, Walt's like, we need to get to the Caymans. If we get to the Cayman Islands, you will have this boat. I will transfer ownership, and then he says at an affordable price. So he's still gonna try and sell her the boat. He's not gonna give her it.
Yeah, no. God forbid.
And I think it was her dad's boat.
It was, yeah.
So she's like, oh, fuck, you know? I mean, and they're like, Albert couldn't swim, so he's dead. Don't worry about him. What a shame.
Oh, yeah, because he went overboard, right? Because he was like getting plastered. Yep.
So Martin finds a tag, like a rip of his shirt, and he uses a sextant, which is a navigational tool. It's like a telescope with angles on it and stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm going to Google what exactly it is because I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't know. It's a fucking... God, they're expensive. They're really, like, cool bits of equipment, but I mean, Google has gone the ways of, I have no fucking idea.
Seriously? Not even Google?
I googled it. All right, no, there we go. The angle between the horizon and a celestial body, such as the sun, the moon, or a star. So I guess there's a mirror, there's a glass filter, there is a telescope. So he has to use an extra bit of magnifying glass, and he's like using it as a microscope to look at the bit of fabric that was ripped off, and he's like, look at this, and she's like, what am I looking at? He's like, it's blood. And I'm like thinking, no shit, he hit his head and fell overboard, case closed. And he's saying that there's a lot more blood even than fresh blood.
Yeah,
so the blood is multiplying.
It is, yeah. It's like rapidly multiplying. He's like, look at it, look at how like fast it's multiplying. I'm just like, this is such a bizarre, like, why would this be even on board? Right? Or is it used?
Why is it relevant?
Well, it's like relevant,
the sextant,
but like not really.
The sextant is important to be on board of ships because they still use it. If, like, say radar goes down, say a lot of the electrics go down or whatever, it's like a backup thing. But it just seems like, I mean, you don't need to do that, but he's getting a lot of information from this for some reason.
I mean, I don't know what purpose it really served, right? Like in terms
of the storyline.
Yeah, like, okay, the blood's multiplying. That's great, I guess. Sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't help them in defeating this monster. It gives us nothing other than the fact that he's like the smart one on board, I suppose.
I guess that's what it's trying to say, like, oh, he's really clever.
Yeah.
The cat is looking really happy. He's making biscuits wherever he's standing. He's like, oh, this is great. And, right. Yeah. Okay, we get to the sort of, like, things start kicking off now, don't they? Yeah,
they do. More and more people start to meet their maker, as we say.
So Suzanne, it's Bobby that's doing she's doing, like, her exercises, and Walt's like, all right, I mean, you've got to give me something, hint hint. And she's like, I'm doing my exercises right now, I'm working out. And it's like, well, you got on a boat with this man, what do you expect? You put yourself in this precarious situation, without thinking
with a dodgy guy,
the implications.
And she's like, doing her exercises, and of course she's like entitled to do that without like having some fucking sleazebag, try to rub up on her or expect something. But like, you put yourself in a very dangerous position, and he's just like, what, going up behind her, touching her, expecting things from her, and she's like, what? No, don't you dare. And shit just starts to escalate. While the cat's like watching all of this, by the way.
Yeah. It's like, I understand as a woman, and I always have, it's been drilled into you, don't get into cars with strangers.
Yeah.
Don't do it. You don't know what this person's they're going to do. Men are usually stronger than you. So... And also, you're stuck on a boat in the middle of nowhere with a man you just met who has been acting very sleazy. There's nobody else around, so he tries to rape her.
Well, I love the fact that the cat starts hissing when
he's like, oh, you can't do that.
Yeah, which I fucking love, by the way. Like, the cat knows, like, hey, you bastard, get your hands off of her. And he starts hissing, getting angry. And then one of the guys that the young girls picked up comes in. He's like, whoa, what are you doing, you bastard? And he goes in there and he, like, punches him. And then another guy comes in, the older guy, and he shoots him in the arm, which I thought was very extreme. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like, I understand things are a bit heated, but really? A gun? It's a bit extreme. And then everything just hits the fan. Shit hits the fan.
It does.
Another guy comes in, the other young guy, not the nerdy one, because he tries to defend the guy who got shot. And the guy with the gun, the older gentleman, just starts fucking firing off his gun everywhere because he got bit.
Yeah, he's
basically.
Yeah,
yeah. He's
the cat's gone for his ankles, and we don't know whether this is. So the cat has a sense of morality. When the man got robbed, he was like, "I don't like that. Robbers die."
Pretty much, yeah.
When this girl was getting raped and a guy got shot, he was like, I don't like this. You're going down. And it's like...
He's a vigilante of some sort, yeah.
Yeah.
But he also, like, the cat also still has that killer instinct of going against anyone, right? As we see in the end.
He doesn't care at the end.
Yeah. So I'm like... Is this cat only getting aggressive and turning into a monster when he doesn't like the people?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, what... Up to this point, I guess.
That's what it shows, you know? That when it's someone they hungry, like, he's fine.
And then he gets hungry and then... the gloves are off. He can eat everyone. So, the cat ate through his shoe. They're like, holy shit, this isn't normal. And even though Captain Nipples really is saying like, hey, I want to turn around. We should probably stop. And he's like, no, I'm going to shoot this radio. So they can't even get any help.
Yeah.
That this cat... I mean, imagine Mayday, there's a cat on board that's eating everybody. Sure thing, guys.
Well, first of all, the fact that the other guy the night before went overboard, right? He went missing. They found blood. Clearly there's some weird foul play or there's something like strange going on. They don't, I mean, the baddie, the big bad, what's his name? Walter just wants to get to where he wants to get to. He doesn't give a fuck, right? He doesn't care who's getting killed. He doesn't care who's going overboard. He's on a time limit. They need to go where they need to go. So he's holding the captain and the girl at like gunpoint. He's like, no, we're not going to fucking like stop. Like, I don't give a shit who's injured. No, we got to keep going.
But he's foiled by a fire extinguisher. He drops the gun because they point a fire extinguisher at him. And so they get the gun and... I mean, it's just carbon dioxide, man.
I guess, but like, I don't know. Imagine if you got sprayed in the face. You'd be like, what the fuck?
I'd be like, fuck, stop doing that, but I'm not dropping my gun. No fucking way. I'm keeping this gun. This gun is mine.
I do love how like quickly his personality changes as soon as the gun is like pointed at him. He's like, I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean to. And I'm just like, okay, buddy, sure thing.
Sure thing, guy. But then the Martin's telling everybody like, this cat is poisonous. Because George Kennedy's having a horrible fucking time of it. He's sweating, he's whimpering, his leg is throbbing and bleeding everywhere.
Oh yeah, I
will
say the what do you call it? The blood and the bite itself looked pretty good and convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look shoddy. Like the work didn't look shoddy at all.
It was pretty good. It was the special effects, so basically the blood was very good, but you could tell like his leg was throbbing and it was like really weird looking.
Yeah, you could see. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. There's like a pulsating weird protrusion going on under his skin that did look fake. But I think overall the effects were okay.
They were good. They were good. So he's having a horrible time, and Martin's like, "This cat is poisonous," and they're like, "What the fuck?" And suddenly he starts like swelling. He like we think we were going to get a chest burster scene, right?
I mean, the way that they were like highlighting it led me to believe that something was gonna explode.
Yeah.
But nothing happened.
Yeah. Nothing happened. Basically, he was going, and his chest was bubbling up, and he was like getting complete, like he's gonna explode, and his chest, it was coming out of his chest, and everybody crowds around.
Yeah, I wouldn't get close in that scenario. You know, back up a little bit.
They're all getting closer, and it's like, hang on, what? Just wait a minute.
Yeah, not very smart, are they?
It's disappointing that he didn't explode. He just kind of goes and dies, and then the next scene they chuck him off overboard.
I thought that was fucking hilarious.
It's amazing.
Like their first instinct, which fair enough. Like he gets bitten by this demonic cat, and he clearly, is getting some bubbling in his chest, and he's convulsing and whatever the fuck else. So I get it. Because maybe they're thinking he's going to turn into something? I don't know. But they just instinctively just go, yeah, fuck it, you're going overboard.
That's it. And it's like, okay. So they chuck him over, and they've trapped... so that guy's he's been shot, so Bobby's looking after him.
Yeah, the guy that got grazed on the arm.
Yeah. And he's like, you know what? It's the damnedest thing. I can't feel anything in my arm. So, but she's like, I hear something. Is that the cat? So he's like, oh, it's just the boat creaking. And he's like, are you ready? So he's got a torch, and he's lying in bed. And she goes to look, and it's like, what is he going to do laying over there to help if it is the cat?
Literally nothing.
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. And they're like, ooh,
Phew.
Yeah, it's not in there.
It's not the cat. And then he says, it's the damnedest thing. I can't feel my arm. It's completely numb. But I was just thinking, I may have lost feeling in my arm, but I haven't lost feeling in other places. And like, why would you? Why would you have lost feeling in anywhere else?
He's
like, what
trying
the fuck?
to fuck.
Yeah, but he's doing it so badly.
Well, it's literally porn writing. You know what I mean? It's like the skits of the really funny one on YouTube where it's like, oh, he's in a bathtub or a jacuzzi, and she's like, oh my god, you're gonna drown. You need a. It's like, wait a minute, lady. Like, I'm not gonna drown.
Wait a minute.
It's just so dumb. Some of the writing, it's incredible. But I'm pretty sure he Graydon Clark directed and wrote. So
he did.
Yeah.
But we realized that. It's kind of funny that he lost feeling in his arm because he pulls the duvet back, the covers back, and the cat's eating his fingers. And I love that. I'm like, yes!
I thought that was so funny because I'm like, how do you not... Well, actually, no, is this before or after everyone starts getting... They start like having sex and stuff? I don't remember.
So she was trying to do it to him, but obviously he was like, the cat interrupted that slightly.
Oh, the nerve.
The nerve of it. So that's unfortunate. But, so that happens, and he's freaking out, right?
Mm.
Oh wait, this was I missed out on the whole bit where they're saying like any food that the cat's got at is poisoned.
Yeah,
so
they don't have like a lot of food on board, I think, at this point, which, what the fuck, honestly. Like, okay, yeah, go on a voyage. I mean, I know it was like a last minute thing, but they're like, it's a
cruise over the weekend.
Well, fucking hell, man. There's just nobody thinks in this movie. Nobody thinks, nobody plans. The captain, is that her responsibility? Fuck knows, Nobody...
He fired the whole crew.
Well, true. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. So they've got no food, which is a key point in how this, like, further progresses. So they've,
because the cat's getting hungry as well.
Yeah, so they've poisoned the very little food that they have left. They've given it, to the cat to hopefully eat and get poisoned and die.
they've locked Walter up, and he's got this picture frame of a magazine, which is Money, and he's standing on the cover, and he looks so confused with this picture, and I laughed at it, and I drew a picture. Anyway, I was saying, like, just feed the cat. Like, I know it's getting hungry, but you do need to, if you feed it, then it won't eat you. I can hardly hear any of their lines.
Yeah, they're a bit muffled at times. That's very true.
The music's very loud. He's like, oh, I can't feel my arm. And I was thinking, oh yeah, shag the feeling back into his arm. So this is when the cat eats his fingers, and he's like, I got a poison in my blood, over and over again. And I thought that was really funny. I got a poison in my blood. So he jumps in, and he takes Bobby with him because he's a jerk. He falls in, and so then Preppy and Nerdy jump in to find them. Yeah. And I'm like, everyone's jumping overboard. I don't know why Bobby is gone. I don't, he's been eaten. He's got the poison in his blood. He's done great. But why is she gone? They just couldn't get rid of her in any other way. So they're just like, okay, she's gone too.
Once again, people making these insane decisions. I mean, they're just not the brightest of people. So I'm just like, at this point, whatever decisions they're making, I'm like, yeah, that checks out. You guys are fucking morons. Aside from like maybe a couple people who were like, okay.
Yeah. I did write down some wet socks because when they're diving, they dive and their feet stick out of the water, and Preppy Guy has really long wet socks flapping about, and that's all I can look at, and I'm like,
oh my god, I didn't notice that. That must have been such a funny fucking image.
It was like, oh my god, just take the socks off, roll them up, I don't know.
Oh, that's so funny. I can't believe you noticed that.
Of course I noticed that. So now Suzanne is pissed off at this cat. She's like, that thing. And I'm like, he was your baby boy a minute ago. Yeah. What happened?
Yeah, exactly.
Still my baby boy. So, like, my mom's got this cat called Rambo. And one of her neighbours is like, oh, your cat keeps pissing on my car and fighting with my cats. And she keeps sending videos from the Ring footage of Rambo just beating the shit out of cats and stuff.
His name is Rambo.
His name is Rambo. And he's out for first blood.
Got him.
My mom's like, so? And it's like, Rambo's a bastard, but he's still her baby boy.
Yeah.
Baby boy, you never turn your back on your cat.
No, you gotta have their backs.
You gotta have their backs. He's a good boy. And so now Suzanne is blaming Martins. It's your fault because you said a cat was good luck, and it's not my fault for bringing it on board in the first place.
Yeah,
fucking bitch.
She is like, oh my god. I think because she's like hungry as well. She's hungry. She's scared. She's hysterical because she's a woman, of course.
Of course.
No, she's basically going crazy. She's not handling all of these events very well. But I think the hunger is also driving her to this point, which is...
Yeah, she's hungry.
Yeah, which is insane because it's like,
I get
how little food do you guys actually have?
I get it, man. Like, I'm hungry and hormonal sometimes, and I'm gonna lose my shit if I don't get to eat an entire loaf of bread on the floor at 2 a.m.
And you start making like horrible decisions.
I do. Like, I'm like, right, okay, I'm gonna buy these shoes, and you know what? I'm never gonna wear them.
Yeah, horrible decisions meaning bad and impulsive spending.
Impulsive spending.
In our case.
Help! I can't stop spending.
Somebody's forcing me to spend money on things I don't need.
Somebody fucking lock me out of my PayPal account for a bit. Like,
you're not you when you're hungry, like they say.
Snickers.
Have a Snickers.
Get some nuts. I always quote that at people, like between my friend groups. I'm like, better? And they say, better. Just because I love those adverts.
They're so good. I love them.
apparently they were like seen as quite sexist because it was like get some nuts, like as in like the people weren't being manly.
Pair, maybe.
Yeah. Do you remember have you ever seen the Yorkie advert?
You know what's fucking crazy? My friend told me about these the other day, and it was something
really?
I swear to God, and it was something along the lines of not for girls or something.
Yeah. It's not for girls.
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, God damn, dude.
And the fucking the advert was basically this girl dressed up as a builder trying to buy a Yorkie, and the guy was quizzing her, the shopkeeper was quizzing her, saying, what's the offside rule? And he finally catches her out by saying, you've got lovely blue eyes. And she goes, really? And flutters her eyelashes, and he's like, no fucking Yorkie for you bitch.
Oh my God, back in the day. But
then they released a Yorkie just for girls in pink wrappers and stuff. I think it was in aid for breast cancer or something.
That's so fucking insulting. But then I was like, it must be like a breast cancer thing or something, right?
Yeah. Exactly. But I mean, even so...
I just think why they would say not for girls. It's just such a strange...
They were trying to get blokes to eat chocolate because men have very fragile masculinity sometimes. And like, I'm not eating chocolate. That's a girl's thing.
I mean, good
If anyone sees me eating chocolate, they may as well assume that I am gay.
I'll eat as much damn chocolate as I damn well please. And
Gisa, you are gay though.
I am gay. Chocolate is it gay to eat chocolate, fellas?
Fellas, is it gay to eat chocolate?
Oh God, how do we even get here?
How do we even get here? Well, I'm going to segue it because they have a girl dinner of cornflakes and champagne.
They do. Oh, important question, actually.
Yeah.
So I think there was cereal in the bowl or there was milk in there before the milk. There was milk in there before the cereal. So my question to you is, do you do cereal first, then milk, or milk, then cereal?
I do cereal first and then milk.
Yes.
Because I cannot judge how much is in a bowl otherwise. Yes. If you do it any other way, there's something severely wrong.
Well, yeah, because you do. I don't know why you would do it the other way though. So you'd put the milk in, and then you'd put the cereal. Like, how does that work?
So it kind of doesn't, I guess. Like, but, it's like putting milk in before the tea bag. Or like,
yeah, but that makes sense though in terms of like
what?
No, not for it. I meant like you don't do that because I feel like it like whatever the word coagulates.
It doesn't.
It like seeps into the tea bag.
The tea bag, and the tea bag doesn't diffuse as well.
Yeah. It clogs it up. I feel like so that's why I wouldn't do that. I feel like the hot water struggles to like let the tea out if you do that.
Yes. Have you had any of that Yorkshire tea?
Oh yeah, the biscuit one. Yeah. So I ordered them from Amazon. Like it comes in like 4 or 5 packs or something. So we've got quite a few. So I tend to have that at nighttime because it's like a bit of a sweet tea. Yes. If you're having it with like sugar in there, it's quite sweet, but it is lovely, I must say. I need to find more cookie teas.
They discontinued my favorite jam and toast tea.
The fucking audacity.
There's loads of people online that are pissed. Like I'm joining the ranks of people that are really angry about the lack of jam flavored tea.
Just the thought of people being really angry at like
we're so
discontinued
mad.
Tea. That's
for fuck's sake, Yorkshire tea. For fuck's sake.
Fucking hell.
I just want a tea. Well, like, there's some people that are like, I've been having this tea every day for 4 years and now I can't get it.
That's upsetting. That is actually, because that becomes part of your like routine and your brain chemistry, I feel like. Because when you're so used to Like in the summer, I start doing like iced coffees, right? If I couldn't do that, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is disturbing my balance in life and my routine.
I'm upset.
Oh, that's sad.
I am upset.
That is really sad.
I'm dead upset.
Yeah.
Because I loved that tea. It was really, really nice.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have to deal with biscuit tea and hope that they come out with something even better.
Yeah. Maybe they're working on something amazing.
Oh, they fucking better be. Otherwise I'll be angry. But they have their girl dinner, and they're trying to poison the cat by putting poison in the food, but the cat's already poisonous. So I don't know what poison they're trying to poison the cat with.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know what they've laced the food with.
How do you poison a poison cat?
Yeah, it's quite over like put the poison count at like peak level, maybe, you know? But I don't know.
Maximum.
Yeah, maximum poison.
Poison on the cat. So they're trying to do that, and Corey he gets freaked out and he starts shooting holes in the boat before getting chewed on.
Classic.
So he does die. He gets his face eaten.
Oh, is this the guy that goes under?
Yeah, preppy Corey.
Oh my god! Yeah, I thought even the oh, that is so funny. Because yeah, he gets his face like clawed up, fucked up, destroyed by the cat. Which I thought the effects of that were really good, by the way. Very bloody, very fleshy, very, like, honestly, very convincing. And then it just cuts to a scene of them again throwing another body overboard. Yeah.
I thought that's some fucking comedy writing in it.
It really is. It's just like one after the other after the other. They're just all...
In you go!
Oh, it's so funny, man. It's almost comedic in a way.
It's brilliant. And, so the cat managed to eat through the metal of the food store and then eat all the food as well. So any of the food that was safe is now
contaminated. Gotcha.
Contaminated. So, which is great. Good news, everybody. Congratulations.
Also, did you notice that like sometimes they use a ma sound?
I didn't really notice that.
So like when, I don't know, it was only used like maybe 2 or 3 times throughout the film, but it sounded like the Friday the 13th. It trusts.
I didn't actually.
It's not overused, but it definitely is in there. And I thought that is so bizarre.
That's interesting because they did use in the alternate version, the cat noises were a lot of screaming, a lot more. So there was a difference in how they did that, but that's dead funny.
Yeah, I'll see if I can like try to like find a moment where it happened, because I
find the moment.
I put it in my notes here. It says they destroyed his ass. His face is all fucked up. There goes another body overboard. How is this fucking rich asshole still alive? And then I love that they use the Friday the 13th like sound occasionally.
So it'll be around that time. Yeah. I'll have to find it.
So it's around the time where he goes overboard and they're, I think, like searching for the cat again with like the flashlights maybe.
Right. Yeah. Because then they I like the way that, so they've given up as well. So Suzanne is going a bit mad, but she decides to paint her toenails.
Classic. And Walter starts insulting. At least you're being consistent. You're being a dumb bitch. Love that line. Yeah, well, he kind of gave. There was like it felt like you know that scene in is it Matilda? Where Danny DeVito's like, you're small, I'm big, I'm smart, you're dumb. Remember when he's like talking down to her? That's what that fucking like exchange reminded me of.
It's like you're being consistent, you're being a dumb bitch, and you learn that like they know each other from a while back anyway. Suzanne eats the poison breadcrumbs. She's like, it's just fucking shitting with me. These aren't poisoned.
Well, yeah, she like takes a bite and she acts like the food she ate was just this like incredible fucking Michelin star meal.
Oh my god, these fucking crusts.
Everyone else seems to be fine though. This is the strange thing. Nobody else seems to be bothered by the lack of food.
I just think that she is hormonal. She just
God. It's just
she's hysterical.
It's weird. It's just really weird. Like, I don't know, maybe her like survival instincts are kicking in. You know, she's thinking, is it because the boat is the boat okay? Is it able to move? Or are they
No, the cat when the cat got down into the
bowels
like
of the
engine room.
Yeah.
It chewed through some bits. And it zapped itself. So they're trying to fix the ship.
Right. Maybe
the engine overheated because they were trying to fucking push it so fast to get to the Caymans. Overheated. And he's pissed off because he wants to go. I'm listening for this.
Oh, you're trying to find the
Yeah, I'm there's a lot of the the horror glittering noises.
Yeah.
What are they called? Water phones, I think. That noise is used a lot.
Every time I think of a water phone, it reminds me, because I think that's the sound of the horn that they use, you know, in like Kitchen Nightmares and Hell's Kitchen. Every time.
Oh, fair enough. Interesting. Interesting choice.
Every time there's like a moment where there's like drama and there's that. That.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. That's what it reminds me of.
I'm trying to find the Friday the 13th noise. It's just a lot of that water phone.
I'll see if I can, like, afterward.
Oh, I did hear it.
No way.
It's basically someone going...
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, in scary way. So she eats these poisoned breadcrumbs. And the cat watches as her arteries just... explode.
Well, she's like, I knew it. Like, oh, they were just hiding the, food from me, and
they were just shitting me.
Yeah.
And then her arteries just burst out of her neck.
Yeah, and the cat's just watching it. That's so funny.
So I'm guessing that it's like it makes their blood cells reproduce at such a rate that there is too much blood.
And it can't contain it. Yeah, that makes sense.
So my theory is that they were testing a way for like medical purposes so that they could make blood for people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my theory anyway.
Yeah, because the cat has like a monster inside of him.
That makes no fucking sense.
Well, I'm trying to like find logic in what, unless it was just an accident, like when they like inject and they test stuff on animals.
That's what I think it was. I think that they were subjecting the cat to radiation to see how it would. You know when people undergo chemotherapy, right, and their white blood cells are really, really low. Because basically the chemotherapy and radiation has killed off all of those helpful blood cells. So my theory is they were testing ways to help cancer patients get through treatment better. But obviously when on subjecting it to radiation, it got a growth and they thought it's tumor, a teratoma. But it turns out, oh no, it's an entirely different poisonous cat.
Yeah, the cells like replicated or like I don't know, there's just more cells and it just made something else inside of him.
Yeah. So we found there we go, logic. We've sorted it out.
Some logic. I mean, it's helping a little bit, I will say. Because, it just seems like there's a lot of things happening and I'm like, why are they happening?
I would have loved the director to actually explain any of it in the commentary, but no.
Nope.
We get a tiny little miniature storm flooding the miniature boat.
Oh, God.
Because it's a miniature. And he actually says in the commentary, they did great, worked great. I'm thinking, yeah,
buddy.
tell that's a miniature.
Okay.
it's flooding the boat, and they're gonna get on the lifeboat. The 3 remaining survivors. We've got Martin, we've got Walt, and we've got the captain. I've forgotten her name. It's like, what is her name? Captain Nipples. I don't know.
Yeah, Captain Nipples.
She has a name. Rachel. Remembered it. Walt's going back for his money. He's like, I ain't fucking getting off this shitting boat. I've got 3 million here sitting on this boat. And you know that he's saving his money, which is good in this economy. But the cat wants to take that that final briefcase.
He wants to fucking kill him, I think. More than
he wants that money. Cat wants a boat.
Cat wants to go to Miami, go to the casinos, blow it all.
I love that shot of the cat sitting behind the suitcase.
Oh my god.
Looking at him, and it's the friendliest, nicest looking cat, and he's going, oh my god, I can't get at it. And this cat's going, hello.
I was like, that poor baby. Oh my god. Every time, because that's what this movie kind of did to me in certain ways. It kind of like takes you out of it a little bit because you know that it's just a sweet little baby.
We loved it.
It's a little baby cat. So I'm just like, oh. But then the puppet comes out and you're like, oh, it's just it's a cat, but like, you know, then there's the puppet. It wasn't convincing to me that it was a cat. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I felt like it just should not have been a cat. It just should have been the monster puppet or something. I don't know.
The director said it was initially going to be a rat that was on, that was doing all this, but
yeah,
of course it wouldn't work quite as well.
Well, yeah, I guess because they wanted to use the actual animal, right?
I found a rat. Let's take it on board. A ship.
Well, the rat would have
Look at this cuddly baby rat.
It would have just like made its way.
If you find a rat
in
a bin, yeah, I know, but yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, it would have been funny though. It would have been funny, like what you're saying.
Look at the baby.
Oh, he's like, oh, I met mommy. I'm gonna look at my precious little baby rat.
Baby.
Oh,
I do love a baby rat. And he's a good boys. So it eats him. What a shame.
Yeah,
it attacks him.
Everyone's sad
because he was greedy. He was too greedy. But Martin even goes back to try and save him.
Yeah, which I thought was...
I'm going to go get him.
Like, I guess it just shows his character. He's a good guy, I guess. Or
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Even though he's a
cool.
fucking... Walter's a bastard and a half, but yeah.
Yeah. Turns out he's dead.
Dun, dun, dun.
And so they escape. And it's the wind is really picking up. It's really getting quite bad. But the cat is still trying to get at them on the boat. He looks in the briefcase. He's like, why was he so wanting to save this briefcase? And he's like, there must be $1 million in here. And they're really happy, and there's happy music playing. It's really funny.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, there's so
much money. We're set. We can buy the boat. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, there's really bad ADR in this bit.
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible.
I wrote the same fucking thing.
Horrible ADR. And then the cat keeps trying to get on the boat because it's the only thing that floats. So he's like, I'm going to empty all the money into this bag, right?
Yeah.
Give the cat the briefcase and he just floats off.
I don't really understand why they did that. I'm going to be honest with you. Why? Why the suitcase of all things?
Well, they were trying to work. He was gonna throw the suitcase in with the money in it, and she was like, "No, dipshit. We can use the money."
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I love the shot of the cat monster just floating off. It's just a puppet on a briefcase,
literally,
just floating off,
literally,
and it's so good. So there you go. No, but nobody believes them when they get back to shore. They're like, "Oh, fuck! Sorry about this horrible experience that you've had.
Yeah,
never mind. End of story."
Yeah.
Tell us about the ending, G.
I mean, they're on the little boat. They throw the suitcase, the briefcase, or whatever. The cat.
Yeah, but what happens?
What when they're saved
at the end? At the end, yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, they're talking to the guy and they're like, oh, thank you for your help. And then they leave. And then this little kid is on a beach somewhere.
Yeah.
But that cat is black.
It's a different fucking cat.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on here?
So, exactly.
So this little kid finds a black cat on the beach and
he's like, ooh.
Yeah, picks it up, takes it away. And then it like pauses on the little kid with the cat. I'm like, okay.
Looking like a dumb shit. So it wasn't even the cat. Like, right.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
So many problems.
Yeah.
We've established that the cat monster comes out of the ginger cat.
Yeah.
But we never see... So I don't know what happens to the ginger cat. Is it like a skin it's wearing? Does it generate the skin around it? And it goes back inside the big cat.
Was it like a xenomorph then? Like...
I have no clue.
Well, that's how I viewed it. Like, it's,
yeah. And then it's the monster that's floating off, but then it turns up on a beach and it's
a black cat.
A black cat. So...
But this is the thing, though. The poster for this movie has a black cat on it.
Yeah.
So
and it's a ginger cat used all the way through.
Yeah. So I'm a little confused. Not that it's like majorly important, but it's just a weird little inconsistency.
The alternate ending.
Oh, please tell me.
The alternate ending still has a little kid, but it's a guy and this little kid, and they find a briefcase at the marina, and they open it up, and the cat monster comes out and goes, "Rah!" And that's it. You end on the jump scare.
Is it the same black cat?
No, it's the puppet. It's the weird, scary cat puppet, which makes more sense. No, it's not even the orange puppet. It's the little gremlin guy.
Oh.
So it's
I feel like that makes more sense. Yeah.
It's not. They're not strong endings in either instance. They're very cliche.
It's basically, it reminds me of like the Jumanji ending where they like throw it somewhere. I don't remember where they throw it.
I don't remember where they just chuck it.
They chuck it somewhere and it ends up in fucking France.
And they're like,
and two little girls. Yeah, and like two little
board
girls.
Game.
Jumanji, what is this? And I'm
like, was a roll of dice.
Sure, it's ended up in fucking France. Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's so much. Are
we trying to give too much credit to this?
I think
film?
we're trying
to pull it apart and figure it out, and it's like, oh god.
Yeah, I kind of love the title. Cats have 9 lives, you only have one. That's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, the tagline is so good.
Yeah. Also, one of the taglines doesn't make sense. They paid for a holiday of a lifetime with their lives. Okay.
They didn't pay for a holiday at all.
That's what I mean. It's like, what do you mean? Nobody paid for anything.
It certainly is an experience, and I'm so glad to have shared that experience with you, G-Star.
Oh, thank you very much for sharing it with me. I'm looking through the IMDb, with the photos and stuff. Some of the covers do have the orange cat.
Yes, some of them do. Yeah. Some of them don't.
Some of them don't, yeah. Bizarre.
For a budget, it had a budget of 200,000, didn't it?
Yeah.
So I know that much because you kept saying it.
I didn't say it.
No, he did, and the director kept saying it. He was like, the budget was 200,000. So he tried his best with what he had to spend a lot. And he was talking about none of the yachts that he could rent to find were big enough. So he spent 15,000 on renting the biggest yacht he could get. And he had to get a cruise. So that was $300 a day. And so, yeah, he had 3 days or something where he could film because the boat had just found a buyer and was going up to Seattle. So he had to film it on those days. And
yeah.
So it was He had 2 weeks for the film.
I mean, that's like, considering that time frame, that's almost impressive, I will say. Because it's not a horrifically shit movie. Like, I've definitely seen, like, no, I know you must love this movie, but it's not like bad. Like, I've seen like way worse. So I'm kind of impressed in some aspects.
What would you give it as a rating? Are we doing ratings? Would you like to do ratings?
Sure. You can go first since it's your peak.
I wrote down stupid film, one of my favorites because cat. 8 out of 10.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, because I mean, right. I'm gonna justify this. Not only is it fucking hilarious, like, right, the cat is great. The cat is beautiful. Okay. Gorgeous cat.
Yeah.
The storyline is stupid, but it's very memorable. The special effects are good. The acting is surprisingly good. Yeah. I love the big ginger cat head. Great news. Yeah, so the music was pretty good. The audio, some bits of the audio were shit, but it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, I think it's a good film, honestly. I enjoy it, man. That's all that matters, isn't it?
That is what matters. Yeah. I mean, fair play to you, honestly. Like, I get it. I do get why, because you make good points. The acting was like pretty good. The music in certain places was pretty decent. The special effects pretty decent. Just, I don't know, like, as much as I like certain aspects of what makes it like pretty passable, I think overall my experience of it wasn't like wow, you know. So it sits at like I don't know. I'm doing that thing again where I can't decide between two scores. It's between like a 3 and a 4 for me.
We can say 3.5.
Yeah, maybe a 3.5. But it wasn't like bad, you know. I think it was I was interested. I'm like, where is this going?
Yeah.
What's going on? And I do love cats, and I think the cat
angle was great.
Yeah. I was there for the cat. Anytime that little guy was on screen, not as the demonic monster, but just as a cat, I was elated.
Yes. It was nice to look at a cat and laugh at the cat.
Yeah.
What a beautiful thing.
It's not a bad film. I thought it was okay. Yeah. It's an okay film.
Hooray!
Yay!
I don't know how much this film made at the box office.
I couldn't find that information, sadly. But we know the budget was $200,000, but I can't imagine it made that much money.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. And the fact that half of the budget went on renting the yacht and also the 3 main actors. So that was half of the budget. The rest of it had to sort of go from there. So that, that's pretty good. Like I said, it was initially going to be a rat in an earlier draft of it. And I've done quite a lot of trivia all the way through, Anna.
You have, yeah. I was looking at the reviews. I saw one of the top ones says, well, look what the cat dragged aboard. It says, as far as unhinged, over-the-top, implausible, and utterly farcical 80s horror movie plot formulas go, Uninvited most definitely takes the cake. The idea of mutating a cat and barfing up a killer creature resembling a hybrid between a bat and a bowl of rotting placenta is already quite crackpot, but even more inconceivable is how literally everything in the film happens so impulsively and indifferent. I mean, yeah. Oh god.
It's I think it's a great experience. I think it's something that people should experience. And I've got another bit of trivia. So they had 2 animal handlers as well on the set.
Great.
And they would have one person at one end and another person at the other end with a treat, and he called it an edible delight. He said that they would click the clicker the first trainer would release the cat, let it go, and the cat knows to run towards the clicker because it gets a treat. And he said, in most cases, it was an edible delight. I just like the term edible delight as a treat for a cat. This guy is weird, but I know. I love it.
That's great. I love that they had. I mean, they had to, you know, especially with like 2 cats, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well done to the cats.
Well done. Great.
They were great. Great. Good actors.
I fucking love those cats.
Man, they were great. So, that was Uninvited. I forget what we do when we finish talking about film.
This is crazy because this poster says The Uninvited.
Yeah. I think it had a few names in different countries, so...
Yeah, I'm seeing the German one had The Uninvited. Crazy shit, man. What a film. What an experience. So, this is the part where we...
get confused about what we're doing.
Of course.
We try and reevaluate our life and go, hang on a minute.
So we are going to our lists, and we are, or my list this time.
Yes,
since
we're going to your list. I haven't thought of what to add to...
No, you can do that next time, because that's what I did.
I'll do it next time, because I haven't thought about it in enough depth. It has to be something good, something that can really rival that, you know? It's got to be something...
Yeah. How could you possibly top Uninvited 1988?
You can't. You just can't.
You can't. It's a masterpiece. Come on. So I think I've changed out a couple things.
Right.
So I've put... Where is the YOMP list on this? Okay. So I've put... I think I've switched out maybe 2. So I've put Junior...
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, absolute crackhead of a film. So on my alternative, because I've got an alternative list where I pull from. So I've put Crocodile Dundee, which is a new one. Memories I will keep in there, because that's the one that has the 3 different stories. It's kind of like Perfect Blue, but like really good animation and like 3 different stories.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really fascinating. It's good animation from that time, as far as like an anime goes. Sea of Love is still in there. Shutter Island and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which was there from ages ago.
Yes. Yeah.
So we've got Junior, Crocodile Dundee, Memories, Sea of Love, Shutter Island, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
In that order. It's a
Junior.
one. It's Junior. We're watching
Congratulations!
Junior.
It's Junior. It's a boy.
Oh my god! It's a boy. I can't even fucking remember this film, but I have seen it.
Mate, okay. For anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about,
1994.
Junior.
Oh my god, I do remember it.
This is the most one of the most crackhead movies I have ever seen in my life. It's got Arnold Schwarzenegger, Danny DeVito, and Emma Thompson, and Arnold Schwarzenegger gets pregnant.
The world's first pregnant man.
It is iconic.
See, I always used to get this one mixed up with the one where they're twins.
Yes, me too.
I always get the 2 confused because Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger love working together in stupid fucking films like this.
Oh, Twins is a good one. I need to put that on the list. Yeah, that's a really good one.
Oh my god, we're just going to end up watching Arnold Schwarzenegger's comedies. We're going to watch Kindergarten Cop. We're going to watch...
I love his movies, Boof. They're so good.
They are really good.
He is such a joy to watch on screen. And so is Danny DeVito, really.
Yeah.
They're such a joy.
It's awesome.
Well... yeah, we've got Junior for next time, so that should be interesting.
Very.
But yeah, thank you everyone for listening to this episode, and we will catch you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Well, hello there. 'Tis me, G Star Games. Just gonna dust off my microphone a little bit here. It's been a while since I've done one of these, but this is the section of the podcast episode where we give special thanks to our Giga Yompers, the people at the top tier. Thank you. You guys are our executive producers. Thank you so much to Lawrence Thibodeau, Sleepy DIJ, Scott5877, I'm a Robot, Enki, and Luck33. Thank you so much, guys. It's good to be back. Thank you for your continued support, and much love from me and Boof. Catch you guys next time.